We've got our crews out checking the damage. And as you can see, crews all around North Texas trying to get the lights back on. Myra Louise back with us right now for a check of your forecast, because you do have people out there cleaning up. You're dealing with, heat, humidity, and then more storm chances this week.
More storm chances this week. Fortunately, it doesn't look like the severe weather threat like that we saw last night.
Okay, that's good news.
Which is really good news. Unfortunately, any added rain at this point could cause some flood concerns.
Okay.
But right now, for cleanup, it's looking good. It's clear in terms of any lightning, of any rain. Of course, it is still warm. It's humid. So definitely still want to take care of yourselves out in the heat, and also consider the bugs that tend to come out this time of the year, especially when it's really warm and humid. Right now, the rain is to the south. Happy to report that it has thinned out completely. We're not seeing any rain in North Texas. I do want to quickly go over some of the peak wind gusts that I saw from the overnight hours. Mineral Wells, a 69-mile-per-hour wind gust. DFW Airport reported a 68-mile-per-hour wind gust. One of the highest ones I saw was in Collinsville, and that's a 76-mile-per-hour wind speed. That's in Grayson County. Richardson at 58 miles per hour, and Hillsborough at 64 miles per hour. 58 and over, that's considered severe thunderstorm warning strength, meaning it can cause damage. And there were quite a few wind reports of over that threshold. Right now it's clear, 76 degrees, winds are out of the west, anywhere between 5 to 10 miles per hour. And this afternoon we make it into the mid 80s. Yesterday we were in the 90s. If you're thinking, man, that felt toasty, today it's going to be not as warm. We'll be at about 87 degrees in Fort Worth, 84 in Denton, 85 in McKinney. Added rain chances as early as tonight. We'll talk about the timing. We'll talk about how much more rain to expect, all coming up in just a bit, Kara.
All right, thank you for getting us updated, Marielle. We appreciate it. Again, we are talking so much about the storms knocking out power, stretching emergency response crews thin overnight. We have team coverage from some of the hardest hit areas, starting with Janelle Fort in Collin County.
We're getting a clearer picture this morning of just how widespread the damage was from those overnight storms. I want to start here in McKinney, where the fire department tells me that they responded to 4 fire calls at the height of those storms last night. One of them was here on Klingsman's Way. A fire tore through a home in a brand new subdivision. You're looking at that home now. The fire department says while the official cause is still under investigation, they strongly believe lightning is to blame. You can see the most of the damage is at the top of the home. The roof is gone, windows are blown out. This neighborhood is still growing. Many homes here are still under construction or done and have for sale signs out front. Firefighters say the homeowner at this particular home was inside when it started, but thankfully made it out safely. Now over in Frisco, it was flooding that caused problems. Main Street, a major road through downtown, was shut down in both directions overnight due to high water. That area is in the middle of a $70 million downtown upgrade ahead of the World Cup. But drainage has been a reoccurring issue. And according to the city, this is the 3rd time the area has flooded in the past week alone. Now out in Mineral Wells, wind did the most damage. Gusts reached nearly 70 miles per hour. A metal awning flew into power lines, knocking them down along Highway 180. At one point, more than 2,200 customers there were without power, and the 911 system in Palo Pinto County briefly went offline. It is clear that these storms made their mark, and our weather team says that we could be in store for even more later this week. Reporting here in McKinney, I'm Janelle Fort. Back to you.
Well, we've also seen quite a bit of damage further to our north up in Fannin County. Natalie Haddad is there to check it out.
The Office of Emergency Management here in the city of Bonham in Fannin County is asking people to stay home to give crews a chance to clean the debris, much of like what we are seeing here in this part of the town. This is Brahms. Now you can see all across the parking lot, wood, insulation, pieces of metal. The manager and other workers here tell us that they actually hope to open as soon as today. But in the meantime, they are going to have to find a way to cover that part of the roof. That part of the roof, they also tell us, was just replaced 1 month ago when another round of storms damaged it then. Now they are back in cleanup mode. Now an update for all of you. Last night, as the weather rolled through North Texas and this area of Texas, Pete Delkus, chief meteorologist at WFAA, was speaking to city officials, and they were telling us that last night 911 services were down. They are back up and running this morning, and thankfully, no major injuries reported in the area. Always good news. Now, me and photojournalist Brandon Davey have been in Bonham all morning long, all day long, talking to people about the damage they have seen. What we have mostly seen are trees down in people's yards, blocking roadways. We have seen a couple on top of vehicles. We have also seen damage to roofs, including at the elementary school in the center of town, where metal was rolled up and insulation was scattered across the playground. We have seen other businesses like this tax office with their roof also on the ground. And the most dangerous of all, we have seen power lines draping in the roads, draping in yards, caught in trees that have fallen over. So definitely want to be careful. Now, another thing we are watching, power outages. All day long, we have seen the Encore outage map fluctuate between 1,000 and 2,000 customers without power. Just another reason to stay home, like the Office of Emergency Management here in the city of Bonham is asking people to do, because crews need to get out and safely get these power lines back up and running and connected again. You do not want to touch them. Again, it can be very dangerous. In Bonham, I'm Natalie Haddad. I will send it back to you in studio.
Well, new this morning, the fire chief says lightning sparked a house fire in Pantego. Firefighters say the lightning strike hit the attic of a vacant home. When crews arrived, flames were shooting through the roof. Now, no one was hurt, and Arlington Fire also responded to help knock down those flames. With more storms on the way this week, as you heard from Ariel, make sure you've got the streaming app WFAA Plus. It's free to download on your smart TV right now, so you can be up to date.